Taxpayers' money should be utilized to ensure that individuals have access to the food that they need to survive or may be accessible to them.
Do they need sugary sodas to survive?
Some of them do, who do have low blood issues, who may
Is that right?
who have kidney issues.
Do you think they need Coca-Cola to survive? Do you think that's the most appropriate use of our tax dollars?
I am not a physician, but medical records and expertise
You were
do
just
show that in
citing
some
the health
circumstances they
needs,
do.
apparently, of the American people. So do the American people need Coca-Cola to survive?
I did not say that. I said then.
I'm asking you. I'm giving you the opportunity to say yes or no.
I will not answer for individuals and their choices.
You think that there are some Americans who need Coca-Cola to survive? Is that your testimony?
I am happy to talk about the food and nutrition
You just don't
needs
know.
that individuals have.
You just don't know. I think most people can rationally say that you don't need Coca-Cola to survive. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree that we have a hunger crisis and that we need to address it, but ensuring that individuals have the food resources that they need.
Got it. And one of those is sugary Coca-Cola. What does SNAP stand for?
It's a Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program.
What's nutritional about Coca-Cola?
I am not a nutritionist. I am a food security expert in ensuring that individuals have the food resources that they need.
This is a common sense question. All of these have been common sense questions. I'm just asking you, is there nutritional value to sugary sodas? It's a yes or no question.
I am not an expert. I would have to look at the dietary guidelines.
You're not an expert. I don't think that there's nutritional value to sugary sodas. I think most people in this room would agree with that assessment. But you have no opinion?
I'm here to talk about the food needs and the hunger crisis that individuals here in America are facing.
Are you that ideologically dug in that you want our tax dollars paying for sugary sodas, that you will not, in a straightforward way, admit that sugary sodas are not healthful for the American people?
I think that focusing on soda when people are going hungry.
We spend a lot of our tax dollars are spent on soda. That's why I'm asking about it.
The hearing took a sharp turn when the discussion moved to one surprisingly simple question: should taxpayers be paying for sugary soda through SNAP? The lawmaker put that question directly to the witness, Ms. Platanino, asking whether SNAP dollars should be used to purchase products like Coca-Cola. Her response was that SNAP exists to help families access food and beverages, and that she wasn't there to dictate what Americans should or shouldn't eat. But the lawmaker wasn't satisfied. He kept pressing the same point. SNAP stands for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, so what exactly is nutritional about sugary soda? And that's where the exchange became increasingly uncomfortable. Instead of giving a straightforward yes or no answer about whether soda provides meaningful nutritional value, Platanino repeatedly returned to the broader issue of food insecurity. Her argument was essentially that hunger is the more urgent problem. If families don't have enough food, she said, the priority should be making sure they have access to the resources they need. And to be fair, that's an important point. Nobody can seriously argue that hunger isn't a major concern. But the lawmaker was making a different argument. If taxpayer-funded assistance is supposed to address nutrition, shouldn't there at least be some limits on what those dollars can buy? That's where the hearing exposed a much bigger debate. This wasn't really just about Coca-Cola. It was about whether government assistance should simply give people purchasing freedom, or whether taxpayers should have a say in what qualifies as an appropriate use of public money. The lawmaker then pushed even harder, asking whether there is any nutritional benefit to sugary soda. Again, the witness declined to give a definitive answer, explaining that she wasn't a nutritionist and would need to look at the dietary guidelines. And that's the moment when the questioning became particularly pointed. The lawmaker basically said, this shouldn't require a complicated study. Isn't it common sense that drinking large amounts of sugary soda isn't a healthy dietary choice? The witness continued to steer the conversation back toward hunger and food access. And honestly, both sides were talking about something important, but they were talking past each other. One side was asking, should taxpayers fund unhealthy products? The other was saying, why are we focusing on soda when Americans are struggling to afford food?
We have.
And you appear to be so ideologically dug in that you won't answer a simple question that's not an appropriate use of our tax dollars, and that does not, in fact, make the American people more healthy.
I won't answer because there's no data sort of proving that.
Do you need data to determine whether drinking soda is healthy?
I think
I'm sorry, it's a serious question. Is there some, do you believe that perhaps drinking sodas every day is healthy?
The worst health outcome is hunger. When the individuals don't have the resources.
Do you satiate hunger with Coca-Cola?
I did not say that.
But you said that the worst health outcome is hunger, and I'm asking you about sugary sodas.
And I'm focusing on the nutrition needs and making sure that children have the resources.
Is your organization funded by soft drink makers?
I am not in charge of development, but no.
It's not, okay. Is your organization funded by organizations that make money from food stamps? Do organizations who profit off of food stamps fund your organization or businesses?
I mean, I can't comment to that. Happy to talk about the research that needed.
Does General Mills fund your organization?
I don't have access to that information.
I do. It's right here. They do fund your organization. Do they profit off of food stamps?
Retailers are the major beneficiaries.
Do you think that that's a conflict of interest?
That's where EBT dollars are utilized.
Yes, and they're profiting off of your advocacy. Do you think that that's a conflict of interest? I think most people think that's a conflict of interest. I know you don't want to answer. My time is up. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Gill.
He specifically raised General Mills and questioned whether companies that benefit financially from food purchases made through SNAP could also have an interest in influencing advocacy around the program. The witness said she did not have access to all of that information. The lawmaker then claimed that he had information showing General Mills had funded the organization and asked whether that created a conflict of interest. That's a serious allegation, but it's important to separate an allegation of a conflict from proof that a conflict actually exists. Corporate funding by itself doesn't automatically establish that an organization has changed its position because of that funding. What matters is whether the relationship creates an undisclosed influence or affects the organization's advocacy. Still, the question raises an issue taxpayers are likely to care about. When billions of dollars in public assistance are involved, how transparent